Okay, so it seems that there's everyone here. Let's start. I'd like to introduce these workshops, the series that we have, and tell you more about what's going on here. So I'm the platform lead for iOS, Honza. Hi, nice to meet you. And this is the first workshop in a series of 4. This is about AV Foundation with the awesome Tomáš Kýrka from Brno. You can call him CJ. And there are 3 more workshops in this series. There's one for Macbox with another guy from Brno on the outside. There's one for advanced push notifications with Gleb, who's not here today, unfortunately, but it's going to be awesome. And there's going to be one more based on IoT and how to use Bluetooth Low Energy with it by Jindra Dolji, our resident IoT expert. So feel free to come and join us for the 3 other workshops. They're going to be as awesome as this one, I believe. I hope. I'm sure. And also, next week, Tuesday in Brno and Thursday in Prague, we have the iOS meetup. So if you'd like to join us, it's going to be an awesome event with 3 presentations. One is going to be led by Kuba Kašpar over there about body build and the continuous integration process in general, and his setup is sweet, so you should really come and watch it. There's going to be one about natural language processing, and Honza Schwarz, the other platform lead here in SCRV for iOS, is going to present how he built a hate blocker application and how it ended up kind of working, but not really. And I'm going to be talking about porting your iOS apps to macOS with the new fancy Marzipan framework that was stealthily unveiled in the last WWDC in like 1 sentence, but it's still kind of usable. So feel free to join any of these events. The registrations are still open, but as you can see, there's a ton of people here, so spaces are kind of limited. But at least for the meetup, there's definitely space for hundreds of people. Now, but there should be the possibility to join all of these workshops, so please do. And that's going to be the workshop. It's going to take about 2 hours-ish, approximately. Then whoever wants to stay can join us for the tour of the office. And we're going to go upstairs to the scroll bar and have some beers and play some foosball. There's a STRV foosball tournament open for the external people as well today, so we might catch them there as well and play some games, which is going to be awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. A shameless plug, if you really like this workshop and the others and the meetup, we are hiring. So without further ado, I'm going to leave this to Tomáš Kýrka, and yeah, go on.
Okay, thanks Jindra. So one more time, welcome to our first iOS Round. Today we will going to talk about AV Foundation. And first of all, I have just a simple question. Who of you have any, let's say, experience with AV Foundation? Okay, so almost half, but you are cheating in the numbers, so I don't care. Okay, so today it will be about audio, video, and more. That's a nice shop at the airport. And I just want to shortly mention how the workshop will go going. First, I will walk through really fast some theory about AV Foundation and the base classes, and mostly I chose that one that we will use during the workshop. And then we will go together. I prepared some sample app and deleted some special parts of code, and that will be our task together to write it back. Actually, they are prepared for tasks, but I think that we are not able to make them all in 2 hours. So we can skip one of them, doesn't matter. Actually, I was talking to this guy, he was asking me about the workshop and the format. I've never been to any workshop which I would say that was perfect, or I want to do it the same way. So I prepared my way. So there are to-dos in the code. There are some hints. There is also README in the project file or in the project structure. And every time I will show you my solution. I will walk through my solution, and then I will hide it and let you work yourself. so you can learn more. Actually, the last and the main task we will do really together, and I will keep the code for you all the time, because it's not very simple. I would say it's hard, so you can be on track with me. And after each task there will be short break. I will push the solution to the Git so you can update, and we will be on the same page at the time. So, what is AV Foundation? AV Foundation is a main framework when you want to work with audio or video files, let's say media, in iOS. There is a super cool graph from the documentation, and actually there's it down, can you do with media. Mainly you are playing media, exporting them, I would say. Generating, let's say, what is composing media is more advanced topic we will try to do tonight, but it's not very common to do it. Actually, the main difference between UI kit and AV, special AV kit and AV Foundation is only AV player view controller, which is some extra view controller you can use for playing video with control prepared for you, but we won't use it anyway. So what are base classes we should know for today's workshop is CM time. Actually it's from core media, and it's a special structure for working with time during playing any videos, or mostly videos on any other asset. I will talk about them more later. There's AV asset, which is abstract class wrapper over any media. There is AV player item, which is actually similar to AV asset, but it's connected to player during the playback time. AV player for sure. AV asset image generator. It's super simple class which helps you to generate images from videos. AV mutable composition. That's the hard part. It's the main object when you want to compose your own asset. And there are also very often used classes, AV capture device and AV capture session. For example, if you want to create your own camera app, that's the way how to do it. But we won't do it at all. So, CM time algebra. Actually, at the end of the presentation, I will share with you. There are links to sources, and there is a great article at Medium about this CM algebra. And main point is that just using, for example, doubles or floats are not enough when you are talking about pointing in time during media or when playing media. It's not enough. So there is a special structure which is made by two properties, value and scale, and actually the CM is really like the example at the last line. So it means that the value 100 and scale 10 means that it's actually 10 seconds of video, and every second 10 times for 100 times in total the player tries to figure out which position in video you are. AV asset is main class when working with media and AV Foundation. It's abstract wrapper of any media, and there is great picture about the relation between AV asset, AV track, and asset track and AV player item. Most common mistake is that people are trying to set AV player item to more AV players, which is not possible. And every player item is really connected to one player. But one AV asset can have more AV player items, each for each player item, AV player. And this is typical structure of let's say, some video media. So there is some video track, some audio tracks, and so on. Actually, one mentions when playing with AV Foundation and working with media, it's really usual, or working with media are usually quite heavy operations, and nothing should be doing sync way, so everything should be async, and using key value observings and working with async threads and so on. Then we have a lot of type of players in AV Foundation. Like the most simple is AV audio player, which is used just for playing audios and local files. You can use it, for example, for streaming. It's really just for local sources and playing audios. Then there is a main AV player. You can use it for playing anything, almost, I would say. There is AV queue player. That's a special type of player if you want to play more videos, let's say, in chain, I would say, yeah. So it works with array of videos at once. And newly added, there is also some tricky AV player looper. It's not actually a player itself, but it helps you to loop more videos in chain. And the final class we will touch is mutable composition. It's not very straightforward how to use it because in common documentation is just text, and this mutable composition is, when you work with it, it's about experience and trying different settings to compose final video asset. And actually it works like that you mix different tracks together with different timings, different durations, and finally you can export your own final video media. So what are common mistakes when working with AV Foundation? Misunderstanding between AV asset, NV URL asset, and AV player item. Actually, AV player item takes a lot of information from AV asset, but it's really connected to playing itself. Like AV player takes a lot of information for AV player item, but edit more stuff at all. So, for example, when you're working with statuses or durations, you will find that the properties have same value, but are really different. Also, observing wrong class. That's the typical mistake. I help many people to find this. This mistake is that if you are observing a player item, typically when the playing ends, it's different when you observe player, because player should have could have more player items. Typical. Apple is not very consistent in a way how to use async communication between classes in AV Foundation, and they mix all approaches at once, what is perfect. So at one class you need to observe, well, typical observation. But for example, when playing ends, you have to use notification center and observe via notifications. And for example, if you use audio video or audio player, it has its own delegate, which did the same as the notification, but just for playing audio and local files. And last thing is blocking main thread. If you touch any audio video media, it's, as I said, it's heavy operation, and you can easily block main thread just by asking for a property like duration. All this stuff should be working in async way. Yeah, and that's also very great. I showed it today to Honza, and also will show you too. In AV Foundation, when you work with, for example, AV player, and you set properties in wrong order, it doesn't work. But actually, you can read in documentation. You should know, or you should try it before. Typically, when you are working with rate, as you will see, so if you set the rate before player play, it doesn't work. So now we will start with coding session, and I think that the first slide will be about just to downloading the project source, and just try to download. Oh, actually, don't download it. Try to check it out, because I will commit all final solutions for each task. And just really try to open project and run it. Please, for those who can run it on device, run it on device. Yeah. Sure.
Maybe I'm the only one, but I don't know the password.
Oh, it should be public. Sorry.
And what's
The password for what? For Wi-Fi?
For Wi-Fi, yeah.
Ah, sorry.
And what's the name of the network?
It's
STRB guest and the password is STRB here.
okay. Pra guys know. Can you repeat it just one more time? So it's STRB guest,
And the password is STRB here.
STRB here together, lowercase.
Small.
Yeah, lowercase, right.
Yeah, lowercase. Okay, sorry. And for those who can write it on device, I will show you the app, the final solution. You can write on device and use camera to create videos. For those who can run simulator, there are some preset videos for you. And also do not run it on those kind of simulators because there is bug which Apple has in those simulators and it will crash you during exporting video. But it's reported bug and maybe in future they will fix it. Yeah, and also because we will work with camera, photo library, and I think camera needs mic as well. So please allow all these features. It's a really simple app, and there is nothing like a solution for those who disallow one of those features. It's actually GitHub/CAD/AV Foundation Workshop. Who does it already or do that? Good. You guys, do you have it?
Yeah, hands down on it.
Okay. Sorry.
No pods, right?
Yeah, actually I will tell you more about the project. I can do it now, I see downloading. I try to avoid not to have there any code that should disturb you, so you can focus just on AV Foundation. So UI mostly in one storyboard. All help methods which are in code are on the bottom of classes, so you don't have to check it out. And also no pods, just really standard, let's say, classes and everything like that. Even architecture and everything is just in view controllers. Yeah. It shouldn't make anything, so you can just you can just record, yeah, the video.
Great.
So everybody's ready? Yeah. Even you, Mister, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I will show you, hopefully. Cool. You should be something somewhere here. What?
Presentation mode.
Okay. It will kill me.
And the light on if possible.
Yeah, it's dark.
Oh. Presentation with light. This one.
Yeah, I'm an old school guy.
Okay. Fine. So now I'm absolutely lost and I can find anything. Okay, it's for you, so I'll make it somehow. Actually, at the GitHub and also in the code, there is a README file. So whenever you can read anything about each task. Yeah, and I wanted to show you final. I think that I lost somewhere. Simulator. Cool. So I will probably run it. Can you everybody run the app? It should be, well, somewhere between Windows. I've lost Simulator. Great. Here we are. So, well, so first task is to create preview image from asset. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, so I have some solution as you. Okay, never mind. So actually at this page, there are video and there are collections. So if you touch just to the empty place, it works. There are some videos, but we should create some images for it. So there is some image collection view with just image, and yeah, there will be a lot of music today. And we are going to create a preview. Actually, I will show you my solution for a while. I have always I have some extra things, so you don't have to copy it myself. So I set up some random time for the time I want to make a screenshot. So whenever you use the asset generator, you just initialize it with asset.
Can you just make the font bigger?
Okay.
The OOP representation.
Maybe if you can move the screen 2 meters closer to us, makes some sense.
What do you mean?
Like physically the screen.
Physically, why?
Well, is it at least a little bit better?
Advanced zooming.
Okay.
Better, and now a bit larger font.
One more time? Okay. Fine. So what's going on? AV Asset Image Generator can easily generate image for you just when you set it with asset, or actually AV Asset class, and it generates image from the position in video you want. In my case, or in my solution, I just use some random solution so I do like a random time from duration of AV asset, and I set it. Actually, this line of code does all magic for you. So it generates image, and actually you just need to retype it to your image and send it back in completion handler, which is used in that image collection view. Because this is AV asset extension, so you set image generator with self actually, and so you should write now by yourself. I will hide this solution again. Hopefully I will. So now you have enough time to try it by yourself. If you are fast enough, try different hacks. So for example, try to set their CM time, which is longer than video, some random number like 10,001. It should create image from last frame of the video. Whenever you try to set CM time with negative scale, it should create nothing for you, like empty image. And if you try to generate this image from asset, which doesn't have any video track, so for example, just from audio, it also just returns empty image. So Now you should write it by yourself. Actually, I forgot to mention that everything was in dispatch view main async, because as I said, at the screen there are just 6 videos, but when you run it without those async magic, even though the position to new screen, which will be slower a lot. And if you imagine there will be like 10 big videos, it will really slow down everything. It will go up in track. If you need any help, just ask. I can go to your place and help you with it. Also, Honza is prepared to do it. So I can walk around and just check it.